Hi little readers, welcome back to Mrs. G Reads to Me. I am Mrs. G, and today we have a silly little story called Under the Table by Ahlberg and Bruce Ingman. Let's get into it and see what it's all about. There was once a girl, Elsie. Her name was, yes, Elsie Cannon. She was a little girl, this girl, lived in a house, slept in a bed, loved her cat and dog, named Mildred and Bruce, her mom and dad, named Mrs. and Mr., and her brother, named Banjo. Banjo, what a cool name. One morning, Banjo was helping his dad wash the car. Little Elsie came running up. "There's an egg in my egg cup," she yelled, "and a great big gray thing under the table." But when they all went back into the house, the egg, named Birdie, had run off. The great big gray thing, however, was still there. "That's an elephant," said Dad. "Named Nathaniel," said the elephant. "Let's wash the car with him," yelled Elsie. Can you see where the egg is running off to? Birdie, right? His name was Birdie. There he is in the corner. Silly egg. So they did. And here they are washing the car. Thank you for the help, Mr. Elephant. Later that day, Banjo was helping his mom unload the car, all full of groceries. Little Elsie came running up. "There's a big brown bouncy thing," she yelled, "with a pocket in it. Under the table." When they all went back into the house, the big brown bouncy thing was still there. "That's a kangaroo," said Mom. "Named Abigail," said the kangaroo. "With a baby in her pocket," said Mom. "Named Joey," said the baby. "Let's unload the car with them," yelled Elsie. So they did. Okay, now we have the kangaroos helping, the elephant is helping. Everybody's helping Mom unload the car. Later still, Banjo was helping Mom and Dad set the table. This was not easy. The knives and forks kept changing places, and the salt and the ketchup made cheeky remarks. Little Elsie came running up. "There's a penguin on the counter," she yelled, "and another one in the fridge." But by the time they all turned around, both penguins were in the fridge. "Two penguins," said Dad. "Named Wilfred and Theodore," said the penguins. "Let's take them to the beach," cried Banjo. "For a paddle," yelled Elsie. "For a swim. For ice cream. Fish and chips. Pizza." "I know what we should do," said Mom. What are they going to do? She grabbed the teapot just as it was running off and poured herself a cup of tea. "Let's get up early tomorrow, load the car, pack the camper, and go on vacation with them," yelled Elsie and Banjo. "Yes," said Mom. So the next morning, Elsie and Banjo helped their mom and dad load the camper. Nathaniel and Abigail, Wilfred and Theodore helped too. The teapot, half a dozen cups, and a milk jug hurried down the front path. A vacation! Hooray! And jumped into the camper all by themselves. And away they went. It was a wonderful vacation. On the first day, the sun shone. On the second day, they played hide and seek in the woods. The third day, it rained. On the fourth day and the fifth and the sixth, Banjo, Wilfred, and Theodore played in the ocean. Mom played tennis with Abigail, and Elsie threw a stick for Bruce. When Dad got hot, Nathaniel cooled him down. And when they all got hot, Nathaniel gave everybody a ride. They are all having so much fun camping. I'm kind of jealous. On the last day, they had a barbecue. Banjo was helping his dad with the cooking. Little Elsie came running up. "There's hundreds and hundreds of microscopical little thingamabobs," she yelled. "Under the table." And when they all went over to the table, the microscopical little thingamabobs were still there. "Those are ants," said Banjo. "Named Alice, Araminta, Allan, Archibald, Annabelle, etc., said the ants. By now, the sun was going down. Banjo and Elsie needed a flashlight even to see those little ants. "Let's give them some sugar," Elsie whispered. The ants peered up with hopeful expressions on their tiny faces. "And ketchup!" cried the ketchup. So the ants had a party, and Elsie and Banjo, Mom and Dad, Nathaniel, Abigail and Joey, Wilfred and Theodore had a party too. Now it's bedtime. Good night, Elsie. Good night, Banjo. Good night, Mom and Dad, Nathaniel, Abigail, Wilfred, and Theodore. Good night, Joey. The moon is up, the stars are out, and the story, full of such fun, don't you agree? And exciting stuff. Yes, the story has reached the end. Well, nearly the end, officially. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the story of Under the Table. I will catch you all at the next story time. Bye, little readers.